Okay, good evening, everyone. This is the Richmond Human Rights and Human Relations Commission meeting. Let's begin. Sharice, you want to do the roll call?
Can we do the roll call without Reza here?
Yeah.
Still doing it?
We'll just say he's on his way.
Duh. I'm sorry. I'm pushing all the wrong buttons. Okay, I'm going to take roll. Victoria Sawicki. Present. Reza Yazdi.
He's on his way. Should be here soon.
Jeff Ritterman has an excused absence. Ellen Seskins. Here. Najari Smith.
Present.
Jason Woody.
Present.
Thank you.
Okay. We've had roll call, agenda review. There's no changes, except for the fact that we're going to postpone L1, Alliance for Fire and Safety and Homelessness, until January. That will be postponed until January. Basically, we know the meeting procedures. Open forum. I want to give the audience an opportunity if they would like to share something or ask a question of the commission, or if the commissioners wanted to engage maybe for 5 minutes with the people that are present here.
I did. Yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to start a little earlier. I figured since y'all were here, we might as well just like chat it up. And one of the things that I was really interested in is like hearing what are your top 3 like Human Rights Commission issues? Like what things would y'all like to actively participate in resolving or having some sort of impact on? I was just gonna go over there to the chair and just sit down and chat it up with y'all, but I think I would have liked that more.
Do you want to go to the mic? You don't have to. Ray says here. Good.
Okay, I think one of the issues that I wanted to see, I wanted to ask basically was about first how the website is gonna I think that should be set up, but that's not something that is along the board. I think issues in the community. I think homelessness.
Okay, we can't hear anything at all, so maybe you could go to the mic. I was having a hard time myself, to be honest.
There?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you,
Okay.
Richard.
I feel like I'm in a spot today. I was saying that today I came basically because I wanted to know more how the board works, because I'm new to all of this. So I really want to be put an application forward to see if I'm able to qualify, but I also want to know what are the grounds and the basics in order for me to commit to a to be in a role as commissioners like you. One of the questions I had, and I see that it was here to be discussed, was about the website. I think I did see it. Was it here? Let me see.
Yeah, it's like website updates.
Is it? Yeah. Just for the community to learn more about what you guys do and how can they participate in a way to get more involvement from the community. I think that's one of the things that I wanted to see what was happening or with the website. I think some of the issues in our community that we need to see are homelessness. I think access to people that are in wheelchair, accessible handicaps. And when I walk through my neighborhood, I usually see a lot of cars parked in the middle of the sidewalks, the entrance.
cut?
And it sometimes, as a person who had walked my parent who was in a wheelchair, it was very stressing and upsetting that I couldn't walk him, that I needed to go on the street in order for him to walk. So it's not safe. So I think those are one thing. That is one thing that I would like the city to work more on, having more paths that are accessible to wheelchairs and older people. And what else? So far, I think that's everything that I have. I'm a little nervous right now.
No, that was 3, but you were like on a roll, so I was waiting to see if number 4 was going to come out.
Yes.
I got to remember the button.
Do you have any questions for me?
It's not so. I think you talked about like knowing what the responsibilities are for being on the commission, and I can't answer that as well as Sharice can. Sharice, would you give me a hand? Can we open this up?
Okay, Commissioner.
Thank you.
What I can do is direct you to, I'll get your email address and I'll send you some materials, some information that gives you detailed description regarding the Human Rights and Human Relations Commission, your duties, and the process on becoming a member of the commission. So I'll get your email address before you leave tonight,
Okay, sounds good.
and I'll send you an email in the morning.
That's awesome.
But you are appointed, just to let you know, you are appointed by the mayor.
Okay.
You'll be interviewed by the mayor. There is an application, which
Did you get one?
I saw it online. I don't have a
have one
hard
for you.
copy though.
there's an application that you complete. It goes to the city clerk, and the city clerk submits it to the mayor. And then the mayor's staff will contact you for an interview and just discuss why you want to become a member of the commission and things of that nature.
Okay, sounds good.
And that's really it. They send an acceptance to the city clerk. The city clerk will send you email directly, and she'll copy me that you are a new member of the commission. And the mayor's office will submit something to the city council acknowledging your presence on the commission.
Okay. Thank you. I think that's it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so I just want to, for the record, state that Reza has arrived. Is there any correspondence, Sharice? Okay. We don't need approval?
No.
Okay. Approval of minutes unnecessary. Our liaison person is not here. Commissioners' reports. Any commissioner have a report? Also, those of you that have, some of you have items on the agenda, so try not to, don't bring them up under commissioners' reports, because it'll be, you're an agendized item. Okay? So anybody have anything they'd like to say? Najari?
So for this piece, this could just be like, it's all right if it's like things that you noticed
Yes.
in the city.
Yes.
Yeah, I could speak on, so the bike trail, the bike ped trail that's on the Richmond San Rafael Bridge. I've noticed from doing rides at night that it's not safe. you can barely see the lane. It kind of blends in with the side where the car traffic is coming in.
It's not lit up?
No, it's not. And that's actually one of the things that I felt was would be a solution to that. Like at minimum, having like a reflective tape so that you know that the barrier is there. Additionally, smoothing out that that path. Right now, it's I forget what they call it, but it's not smooth. It's like it's intentionally bumpy. Like if we want more people to use it, we have to make it more comfortable and safe and inviting and welcoming for people to want to even give that a try. Additionally, when I noticed that there's a lot of people who fish. They're like walking along the path with the fishing poles, and you can't see them at night. So even being able to like, I don't know, I was gonna go over there and just hand people out some bike lights so that you could see them while they're on the path. I personally like the bike ped trail there. I just think that there's improvements that can be made that would encourage more people to use it. In addition, if you're riding from the San Rafael side into Richmond, the car lights are blinding, right? So having like some sort of wind barrier or something that'll, make it so that it's not so harsh, so that you can still see, right? And that might even work for the cars. I don't know if they have an issue with bike lights, which can be kind of bright. But having a well-lit, smooth, easy-to-ride path, I think that would get more people using it. I also like to advocate for like more bus service, if that's, I imagine that you got 20, 30 people on a bus. I don't know what the capacity for a bus is, but that's 30 to 40 people who aren't like in their cars. So some things that I've noticed, some things that I'm thinking through, and thank you.
Thank you.
Are people fishing from the bridge? Or they're fishing in the boats below?
I didn't, as I was riding by, I just saw people out there with fishing poles. If you go,
In the boats, okay.
no, not in the boats, like off where the rocks are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you can walk down and along, and then there's a break in the
Right.
path where
But
you
not
can walk
from
over
the
to the other
bridge.
side. I can't confirm that I've seen anybody like actually on the bridge. If I do see that, I'll take note though. But there are a lot of people that are walking across it.
From the bridge, it's too high to do the fishing.
You'd be surprised.
I've been fishing 5 times my whole life, so I don't know. Do you do a lot of fishing?
My son does, so
Okay.
when he was little, yes, I did a lot of fishing.
Has he ever walked across that bike ped trail that's there?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He has not used that bike trail since it's opened.
All right.
He's gone, watch his bike across Golden Gate Bridge.
It might
And,
feel a little different now because it's a bit chilly. So-
yeah, well, but he loves to fish. He'll fish anywhere there are fish, he'll fish, so.
Okay.
You want to do some fishing?
I just saying, if I could find the time, if there were like 3 of me, maybe.
If you ever want to, he'd probably love to take you.
Okay. Might take him up on that offer.
All right.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, I was going to suggest, Najari, you've raised some very serious safety issues on this bike trail. I'm wondering if you want to possibly tackle it as a commission, if write a letter, like if you compose a letter, and I don't even know, like, who's in charge, and
I thought about that, and it's probably a quick question for Sharice, because I work for an organization that's currently has a petition out for that, so I don't know if it's a conflict of interest on me bringing it up.
Yeah.
So I'd like to be sensitive to that.
I know you couldn't vote on it, probably.
And that bridge is actually inside the city of Richmond?
Yeah, it's what they call it. They literally call it the Richmond San Rafael
it's the
Bridge.
Richmond San Rafael.
Yeah.
I think if we had a lawyer, I'm not sure.
No.
but I don't think if somebody could compose a letter with, you made three about the bright headlights, the bumpy road, and the third thing was, what was the third thing? There are three things.
Lights, the road, and a.
It should be lit up too. It's not
and-
only the
and
lights.
more lights.
Yeah, more lights.
Yeah,
Right.
well, that's kind of like a windshield barrier.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, I don't know if anybody else would like to sort of take that up. We could find out from a lawyer. I think the only thing is you cannot vote on something that it would be a conflict of interest if you have a vested interest, any kind of material interest in whatever is being voted on. But other than that,
Or alternatively, if you can't write the letter, you can always write a draft and give it to me and I'll change it and sign it.
I'd be happy to write a draft.
okay,
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah, I could
There we go.
definitely do that. So me and
Excellent.
Ellen are gonna work on this one.
Excellent, excellent, okay.
And that could go to city council members and also the Caltrans, because I believe Caltrans is in charge of the bridges.
I have the same understanding.
And I think I just heard on the news before today's meeting, the Bay Area is getting like $1 billion for transit. A lot of money for they're talking
Really?
about, yeah, huge buses, trains, everything.
That's just
Because for the next 3 years, because we want people to use mass transit, bike or whatever,
Yeah.
as opposed to their own automobile because of climate change. So it's just probably going to be repeated, but it's a huge amount of money. So, excellent. Thank you for bringing that up. It's a lot of work went into creating that trail. Let's make it work and let's make it not dangerous for those that want to use it and fun. Yeah. Okay. And so in the draft letter, all the people you want this to go to, put down their addresses. Like like what did you say, Raisa?
Caltrans.
Caltrans City Council.
Probably MTC.
Yeah. That'll be part of the motion so that Sharice will send it off to those people.
And also the highway patrol. Because the highway patrol is actually in terms of they are in charge of public safety. And this is a public safety issue. Public safety is not just killing somebody.
is.
You have to take care of people too, on the bridges, because most of these accidents happen because there is not enough public safety available into the design of these bridges, the way they provide the safety to the bikers. Yeah, that should be a public safety issue too.
It's true.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Ellen, for offering too. Anybody else, any other commissioner reports?
Yeah, I have a report on, it is actually line 1, the item number 1, but it's connected. I discussed it with the Alliance for Fire Safety and Homelessness to come and to basically do the
Wait till we get to
presentation.
that.
Okay,
Actually, we've
sure.
already removed it. We've removed that item till January.
Yes,
So,
yes.
so we'll just do
Yeah,
it that way.
this could be just a report. We
Yeah.
actually could not comment for today.
Right,
We
right.
can move it
That's
to
why
the-
I removed it when we did the agenda. Right, but do you have anything else that you want to share?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Jason? Anything? Ellen?
Nope.
Okay, Chair's report. I just want to say that, that I don't know how many of you know, but there have been 400,000 strikes this year in the United States, and that's twice as many as we had last year. And there's a huge uprising of workers demanding their rights, and I think that's honorable and respectful and exciting. So I just wanted to bring that point out.
I think the pandemic woke a lot of people up.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And the other thing I wanted to mention is the U.S. Postal Service. Being a retiree from the Postal Service, I don't know how many of you know, but letter carriers have been attacked on the routes throughout the country. My letter carrier, I live, he said he was running first, and two guys came around the side and opened the truck, and they took 50 parcels and took off. And but this is happening all over the country. As a matter of fact, in San Francisco, which I belong to that local, and the president invited two postal inspectors, and they said in the comparable time, their district or region goes from like Portland all the way down to Bakersfield, including Hawaii and Alaska, and they only had 4 break-ins or 4 robberies. And in the last period, the same period, they've had 500. And it's pretty, so look out for your mailman if you see anything suspicious. But and so the National Union has been having informative pickets in front of post offices throughout the country. And I just wanted to bring to your awareness that this is happening, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. And staff reports, anything to report? Sharice?
I'll address a report for item regarding the website. It's item L3.
L3.
Say it again, I'm sorry.
I'll have information for item L3 on the
L3.
agenda.
It's the website.
Right. Well, look, when we get to that. Oh, you do, okay, when we get to that. Okay, excellent. Okay, so we'll go to discussion items. The first one is the L1, which we've removed. L2 is the collaboration with the Library Commission regarding Freedom to Read project. Well, the good news is the marquee out in front is working. That's 2 thumbs up. Number 2, I did go to the Library Commission meeting, and it was really interesting, and they were so welcoming, and they had somebody was retiring, so they had this big spread of food, and it was very, very nice. And anyways, they're very, very excited. They want to collaborate. They want to work with us. They love the idea. They got so into the idea that they want to do different, not only the one that you chose, that iconic image, but they're thinking of having children draw an image and then putting that up there. They had like a whole slew of ideas that they wanted to, like taking off from the idea that Jason, you originally had. And so that was they were just really open. And they want to work with us. We had Kate here. There's a lot of exciting things happening in the libraries. And one thing that she mentioned, which I did not know about, they're going to have a training called Diversity for Librarians, because libraries historically they've only catered to a certain portion of the community, certain type of clientele. And so now they're going to be taking this course on diversity training and how to bring the entire community and how to share their love for reading and doing all this stuff. So I asked her if we could possibly have somebody from their diversity training give us a presentation, since we're the Human Rights Commission, and she said she will. She's gonna, they're just beginning it, but I thought that was really, really.
That's cool.
Yeah, and they're doing after-school tutoring for kids. They're doing adult tutoring. They're doing knitting in the West Branch. They're doing all kinds of things. So, those of you in the audience may want to tell your friends and family members that there's a lot of things happening in the libraries these days, and they're going to remodel the main library. And
Yeah, I heard.
yeah, so it's pretty exciting. So I just wanted to share that. So this is a beginning of I think a very productive relationship. So that and the thing that we need now regarding this item is we need the logistics, and I'm wondering if we get a committee, because we got to figure out, we know we've got the Library Commission on board, we've got Kate Kepler, who's the head librarian. We've got to figure out what are the next steps. Who do we go to first? Where do we go? I have no idea, but I'm wondering if somebody would like to volunteer to work on this, to help do the logistical part, and then I would really love to get it up as soon as possible. Would you like to do that? Excellent. You might want to talk to Richard. He might be the person to talk to, and then he'll tell you how to do it. Okay, excellent. Okay, perfect. And if I can help, let me know.
Yeah, if I can, I take direction real well. So if there's anything I can do to help, let me know.
Thank you, Ellen. Thank you. Okay, so number 3 is update Human Rights and Human Relations Commission website. That's RAISA. So.
Sharice, you wanted to talk about it?
Yes. I will be sending an email to Sue Hartman. She is the director of the IT department. I have to get permission from her to submit any materials to go onto the website, and then she will send it to her staff person to place on the website.
Okay, so
So I just need to get an all clear from her on what type of information can be put on the website, so I can relay that to the commission.
Okay, and so would she be able to provide that for our next meeting?
I'm sure. It's just that I got the information and it was right before the holiday. So
Okay,
I knew I wouldn't get a reply back from her until,
Curious, can you ask her if we can actually upload some like a media clips, like a video clips? Because there are a lot of good training materials on human rights or small clips of how human rights can be violated.
can I ask you to have that conversation with her? Because you kind of have an idea
Yeah,
of
if
what.
you put me in touch with
Okay.
her,
Send-
I'll be
send-
happy to talk
yeah.
to her and tell her, because we need an environment to basically upload the different kind of medias, because just the text is not going to do anything
Well,
anymore.
the issue is it has to flow through the IT department
Yeah.
and be approved by the IT director
Yeah.
before it goes on the city's website.
Sure.
So that's the issue.
Okay, so
I'll
like,
discuss that with her, because most of these the websites, they actually have an option for somebody to upload, and then the approver approve it, and when they approve it, it published.
see, if you could get the whole thing sort of straight, and you have all these ideas, because you've brought to them to the commission, and we love the ideas, and like videos,
Yeah.
YouTubes, I don't even know. You probably you've got a vocabulary that I don't even have, so it's important that, you talk
I'll
to.
talk to her.
Excellent, excellent, okay, excellent. Okay, okay, next issue is, are we gonna meet in December? That's the question. The fourth Monday lands on December 25th.
I won't be here 25th.
Okay, so that's our quorum right there. Unless we want to meet in a week or two.
Either week of the third week I'll be here, but not the fourth week.
Okay, so you're going to be gone that week. I'm not going to be available the third week. The week before Christmas, I'm not going to be available. So that, I'm thinking, why don't we just meet in January? Because otherwise we'd meet within 2 weeks, and, that's kind of back-to-back meetings on top of one another, and this is a holiday, so I don't know. What do you guys think? It's up to you guys. If you guys are going to meet, we'll meet. No?
I'm thinking January.
January,
I'll go with
okay.
January too, yeah.
Okay.
You okay?
Yeah.
You sure? Anybody can object.
No, I'm just worried about things coming up.
Okay,
But it's okay.
okay, all right, okay. So then we're gonna skip December, and we'll meet in January.
Okay.
If we consider the next the item, the hybrid meetings, I would be able to make it. Because if it's a hybrid, I can actually log in from
Okay.
the other places, but I'm not in the city.
Right,
But I'm available, to participate
right.
through Zoom or any.
Right.
Okay, so let's go to that item right now. You've taken us there. So this is Ellen's item. Do
Yeah,
you
I'm-
want to begin? and
Yeah,
then
I'm,
raise some-
well, it's more just that, I feel like the city council kind of like doesn't take us seriously. Our council member doesn't come. And it just, I think we're a lot more important than they use us to be. And I'd like to see that change. I'd like to see, I don't like that they're able to have hybrid meetings and the commissioners are not. It's
They
not.
don't have hybrid meetings.
Yeah, they do. City
The
council?
participants can actually come to the meeting through Zoom, but the council members, they have to be in the chamber.
Are you sure? Because I thought they didn't have to be.
90% I'm sure they have to be in the meeting.
Okay.
Because Sohela, wherever she is, she has to cancel.
We should
All of her
be
things.
able to have hybrid meetings. If somebody is ill,
Yeah.
well enough to be able to contribute, but not well enough to be at the meeting, we should be able to have a meeting.
Yeah,
We have the technology now to do that. and I think we should use it, and I think it's really important. I think it's much more important to have that meeting rather than skip a month. I mean, we only meet 12 times a year.
I second that, I support that, I'm for it. Although I still, they prefer to have actually a physical meeting, be here, and not
Obviously.
virtual.
And
But,
I'll be here, but
Sometimes, if you have to, make a trip, something comes, at least you can participate.
yeah,
Yeah, we should
like
make
you're gonna
that,
be out of
yeah,
town.
Yeah,
You should be able to.
yeah. Because the entire family, they plan, to go somewhere, and then either you have to decide, I'm not coming, or you have to cancel your meeting, right? And with the number of basically commissioners we have right now, one person doesn't come, we don't have a quorum.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if we had it, if we could do, it's possible Jeff might even be here.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
support
during
that.
the pandemic, there were 3 meetings that I was not home and I was able to attend. And,
Yeah. There are a lot of actually state departments, they are still working from home.
Yeah.
Like my previous agency, CPUC, Public Utilities Commission, which is one of the most important basic agencies in the state of California because they're regulating the entire basic utility services, water, electricity, transportation, whatever you call it, But the entire office of Sacramento, they had 4 offices in Sacramento, they closed 2 of them. San Francisco is almost 10% occupied because they allow whoever wants to work from home.
if you're capable,
Yeah. There is no restriction on working from home 5 days a week. If you don't want to do, or you don't have basically the space available, to work from home, and that is an excuse not to work, then you can welcome to come to office.
Yeah.
But other than that, people can work from home.
I think most therapists work from home now. They don't even,
Physicians, a lot of times you make an appointment, the
Lot of
physician asks
doctors.
you, do you want a virtual, Zoom, or
yeah.
physical in the office? And I had actually knee injury, and she said, do you want to have a physical Zoom? I said, how could you look at my knee, and touch my knee?
I know.
For the Zoom.
They do it. I have an orthopedic surgeon that
Yeah,
I
they
saw,
do
and it was
a
on-
lot
it
of
was-
things.
it was
If
on-
all they need to do is talk to you and give you information.
Yeah.
Write the prescription. 2 things. In San Francisco, I did hear that there are some companies that are telling people to work at home because of the crime rate. I heard that on regular news. It's like, it's kind of bad there, but it is kind of a hollowed out. It's
Wow.
really sad. Yeah, and the other thing is, I think it was because of our conversation that I had with Ellen, I checked with my friend who's the chairperson of the Human Rights Commission in Berkeley. He said that it's a state thing. So what we need to do, if who wants to, maybe Ellen, you could find out why, because I think it's statewide. And he said that it's the disabled community, the Disability Commission is really, really upset. And they might be able to connect you with them because they're fighting this issue. And it's very serious for them, obviously.
Okay.
But like they've done a lot of work on it because George, who's he was sharing with me, he says, we've been fighting that for a long time, but we're just beginning to. So maybe I think what's happened is technology has moved forward, but the Brown Act hasn't, and it's like it's catching up. That's
And I think we have to be creative. We should not the one size fits all. Say, for example, we should have a quota, like a 30%, 40% you can be a virtual. Like the 12 meetings in a year, I can miss 4 of them and come virtual.
Yeah.
That way, I'm participating, we have a quorum, and still I can travel because I'm a retired person, right? I'm not working like you guys, I'm retired, and I have a lot of plan, going all over the world.
Sure.
But I do care about the commission too. Sorry that I forgot today, but I usually want to be, you know, physically sitting here. If you have like a 30%, 40% quota, you know, well,
That's a good point.
yeah.
We're open
Not-
to flexibility,
We
right?
should not be
Yeah,
so
yeah.
rigid, you know, you have to be here or miss it, and you know, that's not.
Yeah.
So who would I talk to?
George, I'll send you his link.
Okay.
And just say Vicky, you know.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's something I wondered about, because, you know, I'm learning about disability since I'm theoretically disabled now. And I thought, well, what if I couldn't walk?
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
Right,
But I still wanted to participate.
right, exactly. Or you're in a wheelchair
Yeah.
and to get from point A to point B or to here it's difficult.
Yeah.
And that's an issue that Isabel brought up, the wheelchair issue. Like a lot of people are blocking
Yeah,
the
we can't-
sidewalk, the curb
You have a
cuts.
wheelchair, you're not gonna come up here. There's a little step.
Right,
but
exactly.
Not in a wheelchair.
Exactly. This place needs to be compliant. Yeah, ADA compliant. Okay, excellent. Any last words on the hybrid issue?
Yeah, I think it should be considered for folks that are, have disabilities or aren't able to make it here, you know, in person.
Yes.
I don't think that should be a barrier to being able
Exactly.
to serve on the commission at all.
Exactly. Thank you. That's a good point. Okay. Okay, and the last item is discussion vacancies on our commission and recruitment. So you've all got, I asked Sharice to bring these applications. We've all got a bunch of applications to try to find 4 people now. Well, Jeff is, we've got 5, Jeff is 6, 3 people right now. We got 3 openings. Jeff is going to be absent, I think, for one more meeting,
Okay.
and then he's going to step down.
Unless we get hybrid happening.
Unless we get hybrid happen. Yes.
Is Jeff stepping down?
I don't know, he's just said January is, I think he's going to be here for January and then March and April. I don't know, I have to look at my email. But he was telling me November and December he's not going to be here. So, yeah, I knew that. So,
Oh, he's stepping down, or he's
I'm not
not
sh-
gonna be here for the meeting?
possibly both. He's definitely not going to be here for December and he's going to be here for January. And I'm not quite sure what his plans are. I think
Well, I
they're-
won't be here
There
for
is a
December.
big, I
You won't
believe,
be here for December.
Right, right.
I believe there are many hundreds of people in the city of Richmond or our neighborhood, they're concerned about human rights, because when the issue of, you know, the Gaza war,
Oh, yeah, they all had opinions about
we
it.
had this place full, we had the other auditorium full, we had 400 people on the Zoom.
We had a lot of people come in from
I
other cities,
believe
so.
we have not sold us out as we are the front of all of these things, right?
Right.
And we were the front. We actually bring the resolution first, and then the resolution came from the city council.
Right.
We should be introduce ourselves. Hey guys, you know, you have an issue with these things? Come here, be a member of this commission.
I
Because-
think we need to, and I think we need to liaison more with the city council. I think they need to
Yeah.
listen to us more.
we actually have to get the guy here to
Yeah.
the city council
You
liaison.
know, not that they have to do what we say, but they at least need to hear it.
Yes, yeah. But I think that if we introduce ourselves, if we have a good, like a presence in the website to, you know, be
Website's
more
gonna help.
actively basically presenting ourselves out there in the social media. There are so many people, you know, there are a lot of young people that are pretty active and they want to be basically do something for the good of the humanity. And this is the place.
And maybe it's
Exactly.
a way to get them involved.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
Look at us, 3 of us are over age of retirement.
Yeah,
We only
yeah.
have 2 young men here sitting.
I
We
want to
need
see
more
more
young
young people come
to
in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I said that,
To continue
we need
this
to,
work,
we
otherwise,
need to be
you know.
careful how we talk. We want everybody to come on. I mentioned that point.
But we do need more young people.
We do.
We have the old people.
But
We need young people represented too, and you guys are good for that, but I think we need more.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay. I'm not a lawyer, so I'm
Future
not
is-
going to say anything.
Them,
I want
not
to see
us.
more people in college.
Yeah, okay. Anything else on this topic? Okay.
There's something that I'm processing around that topic, and as I'm thinking about that, I'm also thinking about I'm gonna hold off on that. Let me process that some more. It has to do with like with outreach and even tackling some of the things that were mentioned earlier around like sidewalk accessibility and access for the disabled. And also going along with what Reza was saying about being, like doing more of that outreach. And it makes me think of like when I was chairing the Richmond Bicycle Pedestrian Advisory Committee, and I saw somebody in the middle of the street in a wheelchair going along Ohio Avenue. They were in the street because there were no curb cuts. So we worked with I believe the engineering departments years ago, and we're able to secure a grant that put all the curb cuts all along Ohio, from as far down as like 2nd Street to 20th.
Excellent.
Well, we have sidewalks but they're cracked. Some of them are cracked badly, and there was a guy who would ride in the streets in our neighborhood where the sidewalks were bad.
Yeah.
Everybody knew him. He was really nice. He got killed by a car
Yeah.
because he couldn't ride on the sidewalk.
I guess I'm looking for more times when we could, we meet in here, but if there's more times when we could like just go out, and if we see something, address it. Like I mentioned the bike, how dark and unsafe the bike path can be, and just going out there and just passing out lights. I think that's a great opportunity to speak to folks. Actually see if they're fishing from off the bridge.
Yeah.
Right? And invite them to come and, present their ideas on what would make it, more conducive for people to be out there fishing, walking, hanging out.
How many of you have your cards? Like if you were talking and engaging with somebody, if you had, well, here's my card. This is the human rights, and they put on like, how many of you have
I
cards?
finally signed up for it.
Okay, Jason, do you have yours? Yeah. How about you?
I have not done a good job of follow-up on.
Okay,
on
and
cards.
Raisa, do you have your cards?
Yeah, I have mine from the previous.
Okay, but it's like you talking about like when you're chatting somebody up about the safety of the bridge and you're out there, you say, here's my card. And our meetings are, invite them to come, invite them, tell them, just say, this is who I am, this is who we are, and that this exists. The other thing that you mentioned is maybe having one of the commissioners give a report to the city council meeting when we do something. When we do, when we actually have, when we get this marquee up, that's going to be a kind of a big deal, I think. And it's like this thing about, I had a friend in my neighborhood who'd come on her wheelchair in the street because there are no curb cuts. There's a few that have been added, but there still is no way to get to my house. And she'd call me. She'd say, "Hey, Vicki, come on out." I go, "Where are you?" "In front of your house." So then I'd pull out a chair and I'd be in the street with her behind our cars. But this you don't understand until you know somebody that has to go through. You don't really.
I can't walk without, it's not a regular walker. I don't have to bend over, but it's got a belt on. So it looks like a walker and it keeps me from falling.
Really?
I have to go into the street every few blocks because of a car that's parked all the way across the sidewalk. They hate me at the police department now because I'm constantly calling them. But we need somebody out there doing something about this. And they can't because they're doing everything else. And, I keep thinking about this. The kid, I think about it because it was 3 blocks from my house where he's killed. But, I don't want that to happen to me. I don't want that to happen to a woman pushing her baby in a stroller. I don't want that to happen to somebody pushing a basket when they're picking up garbage on the street. I don't want it to happen to a bike who can't ride in the bike path for whatever reason.
Sure.
Oh, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the first thing that we got from the audience around homelessness. And this year, I've communicated more with Daniel Barth than I have in previous years. But one of the things that I brought up early as a commissioner was like the disparities around who's being served and who's not. And Daniel's reply was, well, I need your help with that. And I was like, but you've got all the resources. What am I going to do? But as a commission, maybe that's something that we want to take on. You know, is making sure that with these huge discrepancies around homeless services not being accessible to black folks, while black people make up the majority of the homeless population, just act on it. And that could be a part of, you know, that's outreach. I would love to know, you know, where their families at. You know, what happened where they ended up out in that situation.
I'd love to help with that. I mean, I can't go out there and do it because I'm this white middle-class woman, you know, what do I know? But
Anybody can lead with
I
compassion.
know that, I know, but I
You
think
can do
it's better to be with somebody who has a face that's more, you know it better than I do. I may empathize with it,
Yeah.
but I haven't gone through it.
Well, I mean, I would say that it's just there's power in numbers. So
That's why I said I'll go with you.
Yeah, all right, then we're gonna do that.
Yeah, I'll do it
All right.
Excellent.
with my little walker thing.
Let's would you do it as early as December?
Sure.
All right.
Do you have my number?
I do, but I'm gonna ask you to write it down again, and also additionally, along with that, tell me your name again. I think this is like the third time, you know, not today, but Isabel. Would you be down to come out and help us with this, with doing that outreach?
Just because as you were talking, when I think about homelessness,
Yeah.
I think about the resources, like you're saying, but also how many shelters does the city has to accommodate people who are actually, because in the morning I got up to take my husband to the bar, and there's people sleeping on the streets in this weather. It's just so bad. So I will be happy.
All right. I will say this. I'm really thankful to Sharice for sending me a lot of like resources. You know, speaking to this issue, I could use more support with like digging through all that information. So, what's up, Sharice?
Commissioner, I just wanted to let you know that we have a staff person, a housing manager in the Community Development Department that specifically is assigned to homeless programs and projects and things of that nature. So I'll send you his information, his direct contact information.
Okay.
So you don't have to reinvent the wheel,
Thank you.
so to speak.
That'd be great.
Thank you. If it's already been done, please.
Is it Michelle?
Would you like
No,
to
his name is
bring him
Jesus
as a
Morales.
speaker?
He's
Like you
been
guys
here
meet
a year. He started in July 2020.
Say that again. I'm
Jesus Morales.
Okay.
He is the housing manager. He's located in community development on the second floor where building and planning, code enforcement is.
Okay.
Building planning, code enforcement, what else is up there? Public Works. But he would have all of the information that you're looking for as far as, you know, how many homeless shelters are available and various resources and things of that nature for the city of Richmond
All right.
and within the county, but specifically for the city of Richmond.
What I was going to suggest is that in the past, when there was a committee kind of formed, and it could be Najari, Ellen, and Isabel, and could be from people from the community, that you would set up a time, you know, be sort of a little bit public so people knew that you guys were meeting at a coffee shop. It doesn't have to be anywhere. But if you meet with this person that's in charge, you may want to, you know, share information. He'll share, you share, and then possibly invite him or you guys have like an idea, you brainstorm and figure out what angle you want, how you want to go forward, what you want to do. A little small project, big project, and then you could ask him, invite him to our commission meeting. And that would be great, I think. I don't know, I'm just sort of talking, suggesting ideas, but so that, because I know that, what did we do? We had a project, we actually invited somebody from San Francisco who was on the Human Rights Commission there to meet. We actually met in City Hall. We actually up in the other building, I think, upstairs. And there were about 4 people on the Human Rights Commission. They had a full commission then, and I was like I was in the audience. It was public, and they invited me. And so it was really kind of, it was an exchange of ideas. And actually, the more people you have, he said, what is it, power in numbers?
Yeah.
But there's also the idea of exchanging ideas. Like you say something, and then it triggers something in her brain, which she says something, then that triggered something in mine, and it's just this incredible wealth of sharing of experience and knowledge. So,
Well, they say, you get 10 people in a room, you get 20 opinions.
yeah, right.
It's
Yeah,
true.
Yeah, and you can build on each other
Yeah.
too. Yeah. So, anyways, just throwing out something. And yeah,
I was going to propose it. Be down to do something this Saturday, December 2nd.
I probably could during the day.
I'd like to I'm going to set up an email thread. I'll include you. I'll include all the commissioners and Isabel. I'm going to take your email down afterwards. And I'd like to start with meeting with Daniel from SOS tomorrow. Before the end of this week, I'm going to reach out to Jesus Morales and start just brainstorming and then kind of developing a plan on what we could do.
Okay.
any other comments about what we've been talking about? Okay, no other reports. I would like to say, actually on discussion of vacancies, and I am really open to the idea of having anybody as young as 8 years old, 10 years old, that is articulate, there's passion for human rights, and a 98-year-old. I don't care. Anything in between. I agree.
That would be great, actually.
Yeah, I'm just saying to have both ends representing.
Yeah.
But anyways, okay. This is our second open forum. Any last thoughts from anybody in the audience? Isabel? Good.
Is this on? Yes. On the last comment that you said, I think it will be beneficial if we outreach to high schools, Kennedy and Richmond, to actually get students who are willing or driven to be involved. I think that will be awesome if we reach to either first public schools, but we also have charter schools. But I think that will be a good option.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, I guess that is the end of our business. I want to wish everybody happy holidays. Be safe. And I'll see you all next year, I guess. Maybe you guys, maybe sooner, if we
Maybe.
meet up before.
You never know.
Yeah, right. Okay, and thank you, Charisse and Richard. Thank you very much for making this meeting happen. I appreciate you guys, and we're gonna be on time. Everyone's gonna be here next time. No more. we gotta do better.
I want to say one other thing with this whole, with the resolution with Gaza and Israel. I felt a lot better hearing about it, having been here with you guys, than I think I would have, even though I knew what was going to happen. I just felt better. I thank you guys. I know we're on different pages and stuff like that, but I like that we were able to talk about it and it was okay.
Yeah, thank you. I'd like to say that, you know, I was concerned about, I think when we're going to make a motion, you guys need to know that usually motions have to be agendized. It's part of the Brown Act. And also, I did talk to a lawyer that day, and he said there are stringent requirements for resolutions, but we all agreed it was an emergency. But after the fact, I mean, it was a struggle. It was productive. And afterwards, I was so proud that we did that too. So that we made that
Yeah.
choice and decision. So, okay. End of meeting.
Kudos, commissioners.
Yes, take care.
Thank you.
Yes.